For the month of March 2020, I'm going to be giving away this Heatwave Black Market decal, or also a bubbly as well on the channel. So if you do want to be in with the chance of winning either of those two, make sure you are first of all subscribed to the channel with notifications on. Second of all, make sure you have dropped a like on today's video, and third of all, comment your details down below, but as well as that, tell me which platform you are on. And just like the last 2 months giveaways, this is going to end on the very last upload of March, so yeah, best of luck to every single one of you, and I hope you go on to enjoy today's video. So as you guys can see on screen right now, today is the day we're going to be selling this titanium white exotic and making over double profit, and today I'm going to be teaching you the little tips and tricks on how I did so. Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel once again. I hope you're having a fantastic day as always, and today I'm bringing you episode 5 of a brand new series going from 100 credits all the way up to the titanium white Meteor storm. Okay, so in the previous episode of this series, I showed you guys how to easily sell hard to sell items, and in the other episodes, so many other tips and tricks as well on how to make profit. So honestly, if this is the first time ever seeing this series, make sure you are checking out episode 1, 2, 3, and 4 as well to get caught up with the series, and yeah, get the most amount of tips and tricks. Once again, trying to keep a short intro, but if you guys are new around here and you do want to keep up to date of this series and get the most amount of Rocket League trading tips and tricks, make sure you are subscribing to the channel and turning on those post notifications. Let's simply go for a little 1,000 likes in the very first 24 hours of this video going live, and I'll have a brand new episode out in a couple days time. And yeah, let's get into the very first trade. And quickly before we do get into the video, I'd like to give a huge shout out to AOA.com for sponsoring today's Rocket League video. This site provides flexibility and safety to every single order. If you want to buy and sell loads of different Rocket League items, they do some insane deals on there, and use code ZENIC at checkout to get yourself 3% off every single order. Okay, so with the very first trade, we are going to be buying ourselves a Hellfire Black Market decal, and if you didn't know, on my main account, I've got a striker Hellfire, which is absurd striker with nearly 8,000 shots on goal, so I'm quite a big fan of the Hellfire, but it really is quite sad to see how much this thing's dropped, because back in the day, this used to be the most expensive black market by a long shot when the Overdrive crate came out. But yeah, every single black market has pretty much dropped. I think about half of them, or just over half, have gone down like 50 or 100 credits. So make sure to check the spreadsheet to pretty much get caught up to date with the item prices, because a little bit of them have, like, they dropped a tiny bit. Just like this Hellfire's dropped to 650 to 750. But obviously, if I'm paying 500 credits, I'm definitely going to make profit there. And to be fair, thinking about it, I actually didn't do that many Octane trades in this episode, if I did any, to be fair. And I really need to notice that, because the item prices on the Octanes are ridiculous. So if you do pick up a painted Octane for less than the value, which you can probably easily do, just give it a little bit of time, you'll probably get max. So yeah, we'll wait a little bit till we get onto the Octane trades to talk more about the painted Octanes. But this right here is a method that we're sort of doing now. Okay, we're getting into it. It's a bit of a movement. So paying 150 credits for any black market, you will make profit guaranteed. It might take a little bit of time to get 250, so even if you do want to quick sell any black market that you do receive for 200 credits, go ahead, go crazy with it, because if you're paying 150, the easiest 50 credits of your life. So next up is going to be a wheel that we've actually bought and sold quite a lot in this series so far, surprisingly, and that's going to be the titanium white infinium, which we are paying 550, and also a random black boost, which is a black comet that is not going to sell. So we said literally add anything but rocket pass items. Unfortunately, this is where if you have rares and uncommons, that's where they come handy, because this guy probably would have accepted like a random topper, like a Brody helmet or something. But yeah, of course I added the comet, because realistically there's not that much demand for it there, and if I'm getting rid of these credits, considering the infiniums right now, I think they're like 700 to 900 on spreadsheet, so even if I get myself the minimum value, that means I'm shifting that black comet for 150, so you gotta think about it from different angles. So yeah, we'll definitely take that trade. Alright, so biggest gem of the whole video so far is coming up right now, and I cannot even believe, or cannot stress, how gassed I was to get this trade. So this guy had white ornaments, said he wanted 650, immediately invited him to the game, because I'm not messing around. Even if it's a scam, I just want to see, I want to test it, because I cannot take risks about this. But normally, don't get me wrong, if you see a post with like a white Octane wanting like 1,000 credits, 5,000 credits, something like that, just waste their time. If you've got nothing better to do and you can waste their time, make sure you're doing it, because that's the main way to get like to get scammers out of the game, pretty much, if you waste their time. But as you are seeing, we're paying 650 for the white wonderments. Not even though, I didn't even check the spreadsheet price, because I know that these are worth a lot more. So yeah, obviously I'm delighted. I'm not going to say no to that trade. Okay, so considering the fact that people are literally selling their painted Octanes for less than the minimum value on spreadsheet, which is just horrific, that just shows that RL Insider, yeah, they need to sort out a tiny bit with the Octane price. It's only a tiny bit. Just because I see people listing they want 600, 650 for orange. So the next time I got offered like 650, would have been more happy to take him. But this guy offered 650 and he added a tiny bit. But he actually said it would pay 700 on his post. So when people do this, it's the most frustrating thing where they say I'll do an offer and then they take out like a tiny bit as well. Yeah, it's antagonizing. But yeah, obviously I'm going to accept this trade no matter what, getting 700 credits for the orange octane. The little reminder as well is to not stress about trading, because it can be very stressful at times when you've got an item that's either dropping or you pay too much for an item then you can't sell it. You've just got to be patient with your trades, because I paid 500 for that orange octane and I wasted it out. It's been sat there for like 2 episodes, I'm pretty sure, and yeah, we get 700, so 200 credits profit right there. And once again, just to back up my point a little bit later, yeah, we got offered 200 here, so I could have been a little bit more patient, so it's a bit hypocritical in a way, but it's enough in something. I need to try and get as many credits as possible to make even more profit, and getting rid of it for 200 credits is it's just the easiest 50 credits profit. Like, I would highly recommend doing this method. So yeah, we'll definitely take that trade. Okay, so every single one of you that's even got a few hundred credits, listen up right now to this, because this is going to make you a lot of profit, like I do right here with this grey Phoenix. So every single painted Fennec you see offer 400 credits, because I see people listing like Sky Blue for 550, then I see people listing Saffron for 450, stuff like that. And every single painted Fennec, I will guarantee you getting 500 credits profit. Just for the fact, regular right now is like going for 450 to 500. Obviously, most people, they just want to have the car in their game so they can obviously use it. It's a really good car in game, so I can see why people are actually buying it. But painted Fennecs are ridiculous right now, so paying 400 right here, guaranteeing myself at least 500 in the future. So in the meantime of waiting to get myself the maximum value for the other items, like, you've just got to be so patient with trading. Yeah, we get a decent trade right here for the white Infiniums and getting them gone, obviously. Really hard to sell, so getting anywhere near the minimum value is obviously going to be a W. So this guy offered 700. I thought I'd be a little bit cheeky considering that was his first offer. I asked for 750. He said NTY 700 max. And I said, I don't really know if I can go that low. Maybe could you do a little bit more? He said 720. I said 730. He said 720 max. And realistically, you don't want to be too cheeky, because if you do that, you can lose trades. And obviously, I don't want to have these trash Infiniums, so they're really hard to sell in my inventory. So making myself like 170 credits profit from the last trade, will happily take that. So after a decent amount of time of looking for a good offer for this grey Fennec, I started to see so many other people wanting about 500 for their other painted Fennecs, and I was like forest green lime, which is if not better than the grey Fennec. So I was like, right, okay, the next 500 I see, I am taking. And I saw this guy offering 500 and small ads, so straight away I got interested, invited him to the game instantly, and he actually added some forest green, what was it, forest green distro? I think that's what it's called. I can't guarantee that's going to be worth that much, but regardless, it's an ad, and it's literally an ad to what we wanted anyway. So 500 credits, making myself 100 credits profit, and also getting a forest green car. So 2 main tips are going to come from this next trade. The first one being, if you're buying obscure white items, it can be an absolute W if you snipe them. So obviously we paid 650. Check the spreadsheet. These are OG crate as well, and yeah, they go for about 1.2 to 1.4 on there. And secondly, Rocket League Garage is an absolute saint. So if you're bored of using the LFG, etc., and you want another trading place to go, literally go on your phone, iPad, whatever device you've got, search up Rocket League Garage, and this is an absolute gem to find trades. And if you keep refreshing, you can get some absolute banging snipes. So yeah, this guy wanted my white wonderments. He had to make sure they were Secret Santa as well, which they were. And yeah, we get 1,400 credits profit, making over double profit on these bad boys. So after doing that absurd trade right there, we are now on over 4,000 credits. We've also got a Streamline, we've also got a Hellfire, and we have a Titanium White boost as well to accompany that. And yeah, we are looking good to getting that white Meteor Storm in the next few days, to be honest. And yeah, moving on once again, we're buying a Trigon. You know, no surprise there. We've been buying and selling Trigons for such a long time now, and they're really easy to shift, just for the fact people just quick sell them. And paying 500 credits, considering if I think it's like 650, 750 on spreadsheet, and I know I can get myself at least mid-range, just because Trigon, you know, there's always going to be a demand there. It's quite expensive black market, and yeah, obviously we're more than happy to take that trade. Okay, and honestly, I can't really explain this last trade, just for the fact it's a biomass that we are buying, and I've always not been a fan of bio, and I've also known, why is it the same price as Labyrinth? Because Labyrinth back in the day was my favourite black market. I'm pretty sure the first ever black market I got back in like 2016 was a Labyrinth, should I say. And I was so gassed. I was so happy. I was literally sharing it to all my friends. The good old times with Rocket League, to be fair. But yeah, literally right now, I don't really know why biomass is still worth, like, I think it's like 450 to 550 on spreadsheet. And it just went down as well. So it was 500 to 600. God knows why. But regardless, paying 350 is obviously going to equal in a lot of profit anyway. So yeah, more than happy to take that trade. So that is in fact going to be the last trade of today's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you enjoyed this video and you do want to keep up to date with this series, make sure you are subscribing to the channel and turning on post notifications. And once again, let's go for a little 1,000 likes on today's video in the very first 24 hours of this video going live, and I'll have a brand new episode out in a couple days time. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.